Hey Masters athletes, how you doing? Today we're going to talk about creatine. Of course, we all hear about creatine. We hear about it all the time. The question is, are you remembering to take it? In my personal opinion, everybody should be taking creatine, and in a lot of people's opinions, but certainly if you are a Masters athlete. So this is not science 101. If you want to dive deep into the science of creatine, that's something that you're going to want to do for sure. But if you're just curious whether or not you should be taking it, Old Guy Inc. is going to tell you yes. The answer is yes. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about creatine, specifically in CrossFit. So of course you can get creatine in your regular diet, right? Mainly in things like meats. It's hard to get enough creatine to really have the value that you need. So once again, I am here to recommend that as much as possible, you should be eating a well-rounded diet, which everybody knows, and you should be having a good enough diet that you're limiting your supplement intake, right? Vitamins, minerals, protein supplements, all of these things are not bad in my opinion, but they're kind of like a last resort, right? You should be trying first to get everything through whole foods and things like that. But I do take vitamin and protein supplements. I like to just fill in those gaps. But one thing that I think everybody should be taking, even if you've got the best well-rounded diet on the planet, is creatine. It is almost impossible to get as much creatine as you can get in a supplement and have it readily available in the body. So basically we do a lot of anaerobic, right? High capacity, high power output movements in CrossFit. And when that happens, whether you're just doing a strength component or you're lifting something heavy during a Metcon, when you dive into that anaerobic ATP, right? That energy system that only lasts a couple seconds, a couple reps, you've only got so much energy stored in your tissues and your muscles to get that done. And then you start transferring to your glycolytic system, but there's a lag in there where you fatigue out really quick. So once again, without getting all into the science, basically if you supplement creatine, you will have creatine in your tissues readily available to help you in that high power output scenarios. So instead of just using what your body would naturally have stored through your natural diet, where you might get a couple reps into your heavy set and then whoop, that fatigue just really sets in, that creatine available in your system right away immediately recharges, gives you that energy for the next couple reps, and it rejuvenates itself so that when you come back to another set, it's recharged again. So how do you do that, right? Once again, trying to make this as simple as possible is you just need to have creatine in your system every day. So despite popular opinion, creatine is not a pre-workout supplement. You can take it pre-workout, but that's not how it works. It works by building up in your system and then just always being readily available in your system, right? So you're going to want to do your own research, but the recommended dose for most athletes based on body weight is going to be somewhere between 3 to 5 grams per day. You do not need to do any sort of fancy loading phase. The key is to just have it in your system and have it in your system all the time. So if it's in your pre-workout, that's great. That's convenient. That makes sure that you get it every day. But it's not the creatine that you take pre-workout that day that's going to work for you like that workout. Like if you never take creatine and then you put it in your pre-workout and you work out one time, you're not going to get the effects of that creatine. To get the effects of it, you have to have a creatine in your system every single day at certain levels to build up to be readily available. Now, if you're a Masters athlete and you start taking creatine and you're religious about it every day, right? And you don't need something fancy, just like regular creatine monohydrate, add it. You can get it, flavorless. It does work better to transport into the system with a simple sugar. That's kind of something else for another time, but it is good to mix it with some sort of a simple sugar when you drink it. But as long as you get it every day, you're going to have it in your system. You will start to see that you have a little bit more energy and strength during your heavy working sets, and that your energy will recharge quicker. So anyways, that's pretty much the down and dirty. That's the super simple. If you're somebody who's just like, man, I don't know a lot about creatine and I don't necessarily want to like figure out all the science. I just want to know, does it really work? Is it safe? Whether or not you want to take my opinion for it or not, my opinion here at Old Guy Inc. is creatine is one of, if not the most studied supplement over the past 50 years. It has been proven to be safe, effective, cheap. It's readily available in the body. If you take it as a supplement, it works. It's not something that just flushes right through your system. So there you have it. Once again, I am a fan of a good vitamin supplement, a good whey protein supplement, and creatine at a minimum. I do take a couple other supplements in there like beta-alanine. But if I could only pick one supplement, it would be creatine. Certainly as a Masters athlete, I recommend that everybody does it. Do me a favor, guys, hit subscribe. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or knowledge, if you're somebody out there who's all dialed in on creatine and you have some links or articles or anything that you would like to share, please do that. If you're just curious as to whether or not creatine's for you, once again, it is cheap. You can get it from a lot of reputable places. I would suggest if you're a Masters athlete, at minimum, you give it a try, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. You're going to want to take it for at least 3 to 4 weeks at minimum to let it build up in your system before you start judging whether or not you think it's working for you. But the bottom line is there's too many studies that prove it works. So there it is. Get your creatine, get your training on, Masters athletes. Hope you guys are doing great and had a great 4th of July. Take care.